Pittsburgh Penguins, PPG, Paints Arena. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Glove Drop. Last night, the New York Rangers went to Vinny Trocheck's hometown, Pittsburgh, Yins, whatever. Total side note, I went to Penn State, and that school is literally 50-50 with Pittsburgh people and Philly people, and I still am not sure who I hated more. Obnoxious, but let's go Penn State. Anyway, last night the Rangers did take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Rangers were coming in off of something that I don't really want to talk about, so we'll just briefly say it. A horrible loss, 6-3 loss to the Dallas Stars with the worst third period I've ever seen in my life. That's all we're going to say about that game. The Pens, on the other hand, were coming in off of a much better game. They had a 3-0 win over Vegas on Sunday, and both of these teams are going to be incredibly competitive. Obviously, Sidney Crosby's older now, but he's still a top player. The Pens do have a few injuries, including Brian Rust. Now, it might just be me, but for some reason, I feel like that player alone has caused me so much emotional turmoil, especially in the playoffs. But I'm not a big Rust fan, not for me. The Rangers also are without a couple of players. Obviously, still, they're without Philip Ito and Adam Fox. On Brett's side, though, Adam Fox is said to have gone on this trip and has been skating during the morning skates. It's just that because he was on the LTIR, he is forced to, he actually has to stay out until November 29th. So I do expect to see him that day. That's when the Rangers are taking on the Red Wings, so it'll be nice to have him back in the lineup. But in the meantime, Erik Gustafsson is really doing exactly what we need him to do, and that is huge for the Rangers. So in net for the Rangers is Jonathan Quick. Now, okay, coming into this season, that was like a question mark. The guy's 37 years old, maybe 38, and he's old. I couldn't even make a prediction on it at all. Not that I can make a good prediction about anything. I predict this video is gonna suck. Thus far, he's been playing incredibly. He's got so much of a competitive edge as a hockey player. You could see him that he's kind of back more in the crease, which makes it a shorter trip to go left to right. And Jonathan Quick thus far has a record of 4-0-1 and is leading the league in goals average against and save percentage. Thank God, because the Rangers really did need him immediately at the beginning of this game. The first 5 minutes, not that cool. Not that cool for the New York Rangers. It was all Pittsburgh, and it seemed like the Rangers were not playing, they were waiting. They were waiting for the Pens to come to them. There was really no offensive push at all. There was that flicking of the puck. I hate that so much, to clear the zone. I mean, at one point, Pittsburgh is all up in front of the net. Jonathan Quick gets caught outside of the crease. He can't come back. Mika Zibanejad had to step in and play goalie for a second. If Malkin wasn't so old and blind, I'm sure that the Pens would have gotten that first goal. We did start to see a little shift in the momentum after about 5 minutes, and we're seeing it in the neutral zone. Now, once again, Mika Zibanejad is at the center of this play. There is a turnover in the neutral zone. Zibanejad's able to get that puck, and he gives just a nice little side tip up to Alexis Lafreniere. While this was happening, the Pens were caught trying to get a line change. So Lafreniere literally has the entire time in the world. He could have round off back handspring and done a little dance before he scored.
Fine, but just a little hiccup by Graves, and that's how quick it happens. Zibanejad up to Lafreniere and help.
2-on-1, wide open, and of course he has to do this. Why does he have to be so slick? Alexis Lafreniere off the backhand. I don't know if it went bar down, but it was just filthy. Here, look.
Backhand, Shelfie up over the left glove hand.
That's disrespectful, and I love it. I want to watch it again. So that was the initial shift in the momentum, and once the Rangers got that goal, there was a full swing. It all switched around, and the Rangers did have much more of a push on the forecheck. There was a lot more energy, and it seems like they finally snapped into the game. Now, with 4.5 minutes left in the third period, the Pens are on the power play. And this idiot, Zohorna, decides that it's okay for him to skate through the crease. So he skates up on Jonathan Quick, goes through the crease, and somehow strips him of his glove. And the glove ends up in the far corner. Quick is standing in net with one hand up, trying to get the ref's attention.
The player shoot at the player's bare hand,
and then the Pens score. Guess where they scored? Where do you think they scored? Glove side?
Jonathan Quick saying, I got no glove, I got no glove. He actually tried to make the save.
Yeah. They score on the glove side. And thank God Quick did not automatically, like reflexively stick his hand out to try and stop it. Because could you imagine? Oh. So Peter Laviolette challenges the play. I'm thinking he's going to challenge for goalie interference. That's what we were all thinking, including you, Sam Rosen. But he didn't. He challenges it for an offsides. And guess what? The Pens were offsides. So the goal is called back. Things are looking pretty good. The second period, there's no goals scored, but it is still another just really great period for Jonathan Quick. We're also still seeing so much support from the team. By the end of the second period, there was 17 blocked shots. And one of the players that was standing out when it came down to this is Nick Bonino. Bonino had put up 4 of those block shots alone. He was making a huge statement on the ice, and you like to see these guys, these depth players, step up into the role of sacrificing your body and getting in front of these shots. And something else that the Rangers were doing was they were keeping the defensive pressure on the Pens the entire time, so much so that really any scoring opportunity that they had were low chance, like just not the best scoring opportunities. Now the third period starts, and again, Jonathan Quick, he's reading Sidney Crosby like a pop-up picture book. And the Rangers managed to hold the Pens off, and they get the 1-0 win. And one of the players that I wanted to mention, who I thought really you noticed every time he was on the ice, is Mika Zibanejad. And I know that there's some frustration with Zibanejad right now because he's not scoring in, what we all expect him to be doing, and I'm sure he expects himself to be scoring. But I could see that there is a fire getting lit under his ass, and he is taking his game up a notch in the entire rink. And again, if it wasn't for Mika Zibanejad with that play in the neutral zone, the Rangers wouldn't have gotten that wide open Alexis Lafreniere backhand, how you doing, that they did. And they wouldn't have gotten the dub. So at the end of it, the Rangers end up out shooting the Pens 36-32. They go over 3 on the power play, which is not ideal, but they did go 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. Now, going 5 for 5 on the penalty kill is cool, and I'm happy about that. It's showing obviously a very strong penalty kill. But why are the Rangers on the penalty kill 5 times in the first place? They got away with it yesterday, but that is something that really needs to be worked on, because you're not doing yourself any favors if you're going to go on the PK 5 times. Jonathan Quick did get his 60th career shutout last night. He has now got a record of 5-0-1, and he is still leading the entire league in goals average against and save percentage. His goals average against is 1.68, and he has a save percentage of .940. Jonathan Quick, there's something in the water when it comes down to these Rangers goalies, you know what I'm saying? Even Louis Domingue had a great friggin' game. So after it all is said and done, the Rangers leave with that 1-0 win. They are still leading the Metropolitan Division, and they are trailing only Boston in the Eastern Conference. Yes, it's early and it doesn't really matter, but it matters to me. So I'm gonna say, the Rangers' next game is Friday in Philly, where they're taking on a somewhat shaky Flyers team. The Flyers right now have a record of 10-8-1, although they have been doing a little bit better within the last 5 games. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you guys all for coming through. Oh, freaking happy Thanksgiving! Dude, I forgot. It is Thanksgiving. It's 6:40 in the morning on Thanksgiving. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Eat all of the food, have so much fun, and be careful. Right? That's what we do. So I will see you guys all in the next one. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, putting up post-game videos after every single game, and breaking news videos, if something crazy happens. So hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about the Rangers' performance last night down in the comments, and I will see you guys all in the next one. And until then, gobble gobble, or whatever. Kitty, what are you doing? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Glove Drop. I think that camera's gonna be too low. I am a tall bitch. Philly, you suck. Pittsburgh, you suck. Reading Sidney Crosby like a pop-up picture book. Oh, freaking happy Thanksgiving. If Malkin wasn't so old and blind, he's a fucking goalie. Of course it's defensive, you stupid bitch. Round off backhand spring, Pittsburgh Penguins, PPG, Paints Arena, backhand, how you doing?